Hello, Taurus and Taurus Rising. I hope that you're having a great start to your July, and I'm looking forward to seeing how I can be of assistance this month with regards to the messages that are coming through from Spirit and also the tarot cards. Speaking of sort of like tuning in, the first bit of information that I got for you was this really is a good time for you to start to relax and recharge. For those of you that are sort of like a type A personality where you're constantly on the go, constantly doing things, the message this month is to make sure that you, at the very least, you're mindful of sleep, rest, and your own body's limits, and trying not to abuse the limits by using like stimulants or, again, depriving yourself of too much sleep. So that's the first bit of information. Let's go ahead and give the cards a shuffle and take a look at what other information is coming through for Taurus. Okay. This is a really good month for the first few signs anyway for commerce. I'm seeing that. So money matters are coming through loud and clear right at the center. There's some other information as well, so let's just hold off until I've pulled all the cards. And then I'll also pull a catalyst and begin the reading. Alright, so let's take a look at the catalyst card, which helps sort of tie all of this together. And your catalyst this month is fire. Fire, of course, being an action sort of oracle card. And the subtitle on this one is passion. So if you are sort of stuck in a dead-end job or a part of your life, it could be a relationship, it can also be sort of something that's no longer feeding your heart, feeding your soul. This card is saying that's not like you. And that's also not going to allow you to grow. So what's required here, or what's suggested, is either you find something in your current situation that allows you to feel that you can grow, that you can be used to your potential if it's a work situation, or that if it's in a relationship that you can actually kind of rekindle the flame. That's really what I see here. It's an active card, meaning that you'd be the one that rekindles, not that you would be waiting for your partner. Of course, it's a two-way street, but you are going to be the one that needs to sort of like set it in motion. All right, let's take a look at your cards one by one and we'll get some more insight. The central card is the King of Pentacles, or the Father of Pentacles in this deck. And what's great with this particular card, and what I'm gleaning from this, is that this is the month to bring a big idea out for others to see. As I'm looking at this sort of being straight above the crown chakra, straight above the antlers here. Antlers being an sort of an old-fashioned way to show divinity. This is something that really has the potential to strike a chord with a lot of people. So for the entrepreneurs that watch this, if you've been sort of holding back on something and you really want to launch a big idea, I see a lot of value in it. This is also a very good time for you to just sort of look at your money situation and get a handle on it. If it's good, then keep doing what you're doing. And if it's not, this is the time to course correct, showing that you, again, have control, a lot of ability to either keep it safe and grow it some more, or take something that's not performing and make it much better. In regard to a job situation, what I'm seeing here is some of you may be lacking the initiative or the energy to kind of move forward. And this is something where either you felt that maybe there hasn't been an opportunity to sort of express yourself, or it hasn't been received well, and it sort of created a cycle here. There's so much strength at the center of this card that I really think you can push through that if need be, okay? Many of you might actually be facing a strong Leo in your life, because we have the strength crossing you. And if that's the case, this Ace of Swords pointing down is showing critical speech, thinking, or actions from that Leo. Some of you may also be like a strong earth sign, but with the crossing card being the strength card, it usually reads as Leo. What I need you to do is really get outside of this shell that many of you sort of set up for yourself with the Hermit card, And you either have to kind of go through your Rolodex, ask for help, find someone else to help you out, or for those of you that are sort of stuck in a relationship where you're feeling unsafe, abused, this is a chance for you to reach out and ask for help. And that's a difficult situation that really exceeds what I can talk about here on this channel. But if you find yourself in that situation, what I see here is it's not enough for you to just try and keep the peace. You would want to find a way to talk to someone you trust, to pick up the phone and call someone. So don't feel bad about that. It's not your fault. That's what I'm getting from this, okay? For those of you where you don't really feel like work is resonating or relationships are resonating, if we look at this on a larger scale, on your ego scale, let's take a look and see how this relates to you. I'm seeing that for many of you with the Four of Cups, which is usually a card of feeling like you don't quite have everything that you want, or you've kind of missed an opportunity and you're sort of wondering, how do I get to the next step? Try not to allow that to get to a point where you're depressed or feeling defeated, because what I see right around the corner here is 5, 6, 7, 7 of Pentacles, which shows recovery, which is really, really good. And the key to getting to that recovery is honestly just to sort of push through things. And again, remember how the main message this month was relaxation and to recharge? That's exactly what the Four of Swords is about. It's about taking care of yourself before your body kind of gets you into a point where you have no choice. So take time, think about what you want to do before you do it, using that time not just for sleep but also meditation, much like my message for Aries. It's really important for you. It's going to give you the energy and the insight. That's what I actually like about this Four of Pentacles card. If we look down at the animal here, the sheep or whatever, what it's really about is being able to have that sort of seed of insight, that inspiration, that these two cards are really closely related. Going back to your original idea or your original purpose for whatever you're trying to do in your life, you've sort of maybe come off path a bit. So find a way back to that self, to that starting point that you originally got, that you originally veered off from, and I feel like you're going to feel a lot better this month. Money situations are interesting, with the Seven of Pentacles, particularly the reverse here, and showing it kind of declining a bit. What I see is there could be some external costs that you didn't factor in. I know there's a lot of uncertainty right now in the UK and in the European Union, and even here in the USA based on that. So many of you might be feeling a little bit of a downturn in this, but the Seven is a card of recovery if there's patience. And right underneath it is Temperance in reverse. And so what this is telling me is don't act too quickly based on fear, okay? Temperance means evenness, abstaining, to sort of stand the line, to be patient. Seven is about recovery. So if you act too hastily, you could lose a lot. If you wait, it's probably going to be more prudent. I am not your accountant, but I do see that in the cards here. Of course, you should talk to your financial planner on this. Please do that. I'm just giving you some insight on the cards. But there could be a little bit of a loss of money coming through for many of you, because I see you starting off with the Father of Pentacles and ending up with the Daughter, which is the Page. And so that could be a magnitude of like 2 times or 20%, or it's a significant loss for many of you. But the last card is one of not acting. And very rarely do I have something where I read it and say, it's better to stand still, but 2 bits of information came through. One, which was to relax, recharge, or retreat, and the other one here with the Four of Swords is to wait. So overall, not bad, but there is a cautionary tale that comes through for your sign this month, which is to sort of let things play out before you have to take an active role. What's more important for you over the course of the month, particularly the first 2 to 3 months, is to make sure your own energy is something that you're recharging, to not be sort of bullied, because this card can also be a bully card. A lot of times it shows a woman opening up the sort of mouth of a beast here. That's absent here. So what this is showing me is that either that person doesn't have power, or you might be doing the bullying. Either way, whatever's happening here, try to get out of power situations this month, it's not going to be a good use of your energy. It may only make you look bad or make you sort of feel tapped out. Have you ever had a conversation with someone, particularly someone that's argumentative or tricky, and the minute they leave the room, it sort of feels like, oh, I just lost all my energy. It's sort of like it really is someone that can sort of zap you out. I want you to be able to avoid that this month. Otherwise, that's sort of the information that came through. Let's extend the forecast and we'll get a lot more insight into health, wealth, love, and destiny. Okay? Let's start first with your health card. Let me give this a few shuffles. Reminding you, of course, that health includes not only your physical health, but also your mental and spiritual well-being. And as I said earlier, for those of you that feel that you're off track, what I want you to do is realign to your dreams. And so this is not necessarily about like your physical health. This is about your spiritual health. So if you've lost your way and you're starting to feel sad or depressed, I want you to get back into that mode where you think, I can make a change. Things can happen. I am more powerful than I think. You can pray, you can dream, you can meditate, but I need you to connect to something bigger than you, and perhaps it's a dream, an idea, it's God itself, but you need to somehow connect to something higher, something bigger, and that's going to help you emotionally. So we're looking more at emotional health that came through this month. Let's look at your wealth and opportunity card and see what the message is in that area. I'm going to pull from the bottom here almost. And so the good news, as I told you, is that the long term looks beneficial for you. I see success and growth, even if it's slow. So try not to freak out too much over some of the short-term losses. I see long-term gains, and that's a good message for you. Let's take a look at love and relationships. Remembering that love can include loving yourself or loving in a way like children or animals or other things in your life. Unconditional love. It's not just about romantic love. This card volunteered itself. And what this one says is demonstrate love. Be demonstrative. Don't wait for something to come to you. If you want to ask someone out, either send them an email or talk to them in person, or if you're on an app, like them or swipe in the appropriate direction. Whatever it means, it's basically don't wait, act, okay? And this includes existing relationships. What it's saying is it's your turn to pick up the phone, or it's your turn to check in on some people. So allow that to happen. All right, finally, let's look at what the overall sort of trajectory for the month is, your destiny card. It's the end of some things for many of you. And this is a very appropriate card given all the world changes that have been going on this month. Death can be a physical death, it can be a spiritual death, it can be a symbolic death. But what it says here is, I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings, and I like that message. Typically, I don't even like to use the word death, I like transformation. But it is a great word, and great, even when death comes up in a reading, I like it because it shows me, okay, things are absolutely going to change for you. So for many of you, death is sort of, it's like the trajectory of this month. So whether it's a change of a job, financial, or sort of security situation in your life, you have to transition through it. Death doesn't allow you to sort of be stoic and wait. That part is you're going to have to at least change your way of thinking. Whether you take action is a completely different matter, but there'll be a processing that happens, a mental and a spiritual processing that happens as you sort of move through the changes. So let's summarize everything this month. I mentioned at the beginning there was a need to recharge, and that really is supported by the final card here, the Four of Swords. The bigger message being that there's insights to be gained by waiting, and there's losses that may occur if you act hastily without things being thought through. Again, that's supported with temperance. I really feel it plays out in money and work. So quiet time and contemplation are going to go a long way. Again, I do see, like, for some of you that are entrepreneurial, a really big idea. Make sure that you get somebody to help you champion this, because otherwise you could be blocked. Try not to get in a sort of recursive cycle where you're feeling let down or powerless. It's not a true assessment of your energy or your truth. It's just a situation or a pattern that you're in. When we extend it to your longer forecast, again, just a reminder that this is a month of you taking action in other areas, not so much money, but particularly romance. Health, it's about dreaming and praying and meditating and getting to a bigger purpose in your life. Clearing your mind of these sort of practical things that are numbing it down. Money situations will improve in the long run, even if there are short-term losses. And speaking of that, there may be some things that you have to let go of this month. And maybe that's something as easy as like a travel plan or, some sort of an expenditure you might have to let go, or sell some things, release some things in your life, okay? I hope this was of help to you. As always, it's my pleasure to read for you. I will post a link in the corner if you ever would like a one-on-one. I do offer those. About a month, it's about sometimes 6 weeks wait, but I do have some rush opportunities available for that as well. If you just want to keep in touch with me, the easiest way is to subscribe to the channel, but I also have a newsletter and a Facebook page, really great way to keep in touch, as well as an Instagram and a Twitter. If you otherwise just want to leave a comment, like, or subscribe, I really appreciate that. It's a great way to kind of give me a vote of confidence, and it means a lot to me each month. So thank you very much for the month-to-month support, for all the feedback, and all the love from afar. It really means a lot. Finally, if you feel moved, I do put a link at the end where you can donate as well, since this is sort of viewer supported. No pressure, of course. Otherwise, I will just see you in 1 month's time. Thank you so much. Sat Nam.